Hello, party people. Hello. It is Randy from Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here right now with Project 3. Project 3 from the Bargain Bead Box Sunken Treasure June 2024 Bargain Bead Box subscription. Okay, so here we are. Let's see. So we have today project number 3, which I believe is this guy here. Oh, those are extra ear wires. Okay, that's this guy. So if you've been following along with us, you know that we utilize these little cards to be working in with our Bargain Bead Box this month. Okay, you also know we're slightly behind, but it's fine. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at this. This is the design. Now, normally we did these designs live, and normally I don't do them so quick-a-roo like this, because I have absolutely no recollection of this. None. Not even a little bit. So we're going to take a look at this. We're going to take a look at the beads. We're going to think, okay, what was Randy trying to portray this day? And then we're going to go with it. If that fails, we might have to go back and watch the video. But I'm pretty sure we can figure it out. Let's get down to the mat. Get this party started. Project number 3. That's 6. 3. Okie dokie. Here we are down on the mat. FYI. Thunderhorse Descendant is a working studio. If you hear some things going on, don't worry. That's just work happening. Don't be alarmed. Orders are going out. Things are being done. It's all the stuff and all the things. Okay, so let's try to decipher Randy's plan. Okay, I vaguely remember this thing about the chain. So let's get that out here. So this is our card, the ebb and the flow. I do remember the card. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, these are going to go like this, yeah? These are going to go on the side. We are going to cap those ones. Just those ones, I guess. Bum, bum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, over here. And then we're going to do a triple pendant. Dun-dun-dun. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And then, throughout, we are going to put this Mr. Bunsen, just getting his hair everywhere. We're going to put this chain throughout our stringing project, like so. I remember this. I got this. It's fine. Don't worry. No need to send help. Like this. Boop, 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 boop. And that's how it's going to go. All right. Looking at it now, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Got it. All right. So I will say this. I am going to have to, if you saw my last little video, I'm going to have to restock my bronze findings because everything down here is empty for bronze findings. Oh, I take that back. I just couldn't find them. All right, never mind. Just kidding. I was only joking. So, again, if you have been a part of these design on the fly scenario, this is design on the fly. I've never made this before. I don't care to know about the mechanics of things when I'm just designing it. I'm just like, where there's a will, there's a way. So, I suggest that we start at the bottom here and we work our way up getting the pendant ready, and then we'll start our stringing. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So let's do that. Let's just get all this other business out the way for the time being. We're going to go like this so my camera doesn't get crazy. Okay. And we're just going to start here. So now initially what I want to do is I want to start by wire wrapping this guy. So I will wire wrap him and I will attach him on to this pendant. Right? So I got to make sure that I'm in the middle of this pendant, which appears to be right here. Okay, so there's that. That will go on there. We need some wire. We've got smoky quartz. Is that what we want to do? Don't worry, I'm talking to me. Just what I do most of the time. What size is this? This is 22. Now I would prefer, this is a 24. I think we're going to have to go with 24. Yeah, I have to go with this guy because he's a little skinnier. Okay, so we're going to go with 24 gauge bronze, and we're just going to jump right into it. Oh, I forgot about this new cutter. Now, this new cutter has a blue handle, and all my cutters have blue handles. I'm going to have to get out some of those little MIDI things that Dylusions sent me that go on the cutters so I can tell them all apart. Never fails. Alright, so let's do this. Now there's a couple ways you could do this if you've never wrapped this type pendant before. I'm going to do it the super simple, easy way just because that's just how I roll. So basically all you're going to do is you're going to put this in there. You're going to create a little X here on top. Now you want your little X here on top to have some space. You're going to come in here with your chain nose. Right where the X bends, above it, you're going to bend this up. You see how this is now, I say up, but straight to the side. You see how it was crossed before, now it's straight out to the side. Same over here, same thing. Grab hold of it, straight up. So now, they're both going straight out this way, right? Okay, so we're just doing that as a way to get it to come together a little easier. So now, what we can do is we can twist one over the other. Now when you go in to do this, you're going to see which one wants to twist over the other. Okay, easy peasy. So now at this point, you could do a couple of things. Number one, you could add a bead here. If you add a bead, it's quite nice, because then you can wrap on top of the bead, la-di-da, no big deal. Now if you don't want to add a bead, what you're going to do is you're going to take this one and you're going to just give it a twist. Now I do suggest that you come in here and you hang on to this. Now I'm going to wrap down towards my plier. It's just a personal preference. You do what you want. Okay? But when you're wrapping, you still want this to be able to move, because if it can't move, there's a possibility that can break the tip off of your pendant. Some people believe that full-heartedly, others do not. Now, also, I just want to point this out. I don't generally do this. I just cut it off and move on with my life. But if you wanted to, okay, if you wanted to, this is the front of my pendant because I want it to be. There's no front or back. It's just I want it to be that. So what I could do is I could continue to wrap this round to back. Okay, now it's in the back. And right here, if I wanted to give my pendant a little stability, what I could do is I could find a round nose plier, which I packed up my travel bag and apparently didn't unpack it. So we're going to use this one. Our friend Rosanna sent me this. I think it was Rosanna. Okay, it's got a round nose on it. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this to create a little tiny spiral. Once I have my little tiny spiral, I'm going to go back and I'm going to create a little spiral for the back of this pendant. When you're creating a little spiral, you hold it with your chain nose. You do not twist the wire. You don't move the pliers. You twist the wire. Okay? You do it a little bit at a time, little bit, little bit, little bit. You release pressure, you put pressure back. Okay. So, and then once we get up here to the top, a couple of things. Okay, here we are. Oh, so then I slid my wire all out of whack. So make sure your wire's in whack, okay? Then what you can do is you could just maneuver this down to the back of your pendant, okay? Just like this. Now you could also put this in the front if you want. I'm going to put mine in the back. Or you could put it in the front if you want to put it in the front, okay? This is what you do. You just go around again. Okay, you could bring it around to the front. And you could put it here to give it a little funsy. Okay, a little bit of fun. Okay, we'll leave it in the front since it's over there now. Okay, so you got it in the front. There you go. Now, we are going to wrap this into here. How do I know this is the middle? Because right here is the middle of the pendant. You go down one, this is the middle, you go down another one, right there. There it is. It's the one we want. So I am probably, I mean, maybe not. I'm probably gonna have to actually get my tools, but maybe not. We'll see. Let's try this multi-step bail making plier. See how that goes for us. Let's see. Do I use a tiny one? No. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use a tiny one on the bail making plier. Stepping up bail making plier. I'm gonna go around. I'm sorry, not the tiny one, the small one. And I'm going to create a loop. Now, do I want to wire wrap this right on here? You know, could be quite honest with you, I don't think I do. I really don't know that I do. Do I? I don't think I do, but guess we're about to find out. Oh, is that backwards? I think if I put it in that way, it's going to be backwards. I got to flip it around. So, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. This one. Okay. There we go. Yeah, now it's in there the right way. It looks like I'm probably gonna have to. I mean, I wouldn't have to. But trying to get one of my big thick jump rings into that little tiny hole would probably be a little bit problematic. So there you go. Now there's that. Okay, then we're gonna wrap. Now I'm gonna wrap kind of messy up here at the top. Remember, this is 24 gauge, so it's not got a lot of bulk to it. I'm gonna give it a little more bulk. And here we are. Step number 1 complete. Moves, does its thing, things are good. Okay. Let's give this little wire just a little work harden. Ooh. Okay, so there is number 1 done. Now we move up to the next one. Now this one, see. So if this is the middle, okay, if this is the middle, and this is the middle, we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then if this is the middle, 5. That means that we would need to go into those 2 holes right there. What does that look like? Ah, I think they got to back up a couple. So we really only need to go 1, 2, 3, about to the third one. Okay, about the third one, I would guess. Now, I gotta see if I do have a jump ring that is gonna work for this. If not, we will wire wrap it. But these holes are kind of small, so I am just gonna check this for science. This is just one of our small oval jump rings. And can it fit? It can fit. Well, perfect. Okay, so let's go to the middle and then go 1, 2, 3, which is here. Oh. 1, 2, 3, which is right here. Okay, and I'm going to close this. The reason I'm closing it is because of the way that the holes are on this other one. We're going to have to add jump rings to them anyway. So we'll just attach with those because it'll be easier. Okay. Making sure he's in there. Get the next one. That one looks a little wonky. Okay. Now over here, center, 1, 2, 3, which is right here. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. So just eyeballing it. I'm thinking that should be good. Now we will take these other 2. And I guess it depends on if you wanted a lot of space. I'm using smalls, but you could use larger jump rings for this or Tinky Tots. It's up to you. So now all we're going to do is just going to connect one into the other. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Dun dun dun. I was singing all on the morning coffee this morning, just for funsies, because I like that kind of thing. And they were like, oh, we hope you sing in your videos today. I was like, well, guess we're going to find out. Oh, this one got spun, kind of. Hold on a second, it's stuck on this little ridge. Okay, so now that I got it unstuck, I'm just going to connect onto that one as well. So it's basically giving us a hinge, so it doesn't want to get out of the way because of how I have it in there. Ta-da! There we go. Pretty good out of 10 if you ask me. Everything's hinging the way it should be, doing all the things and stuff. So that is good. The next part is super easy. So we're just going to string this. Let me back up a little bit here. Okay, so that's the focal. I always like to be getting the focal ready first, because then I feel like you gotta mess around with it too much. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of slide this part down a little bit because we're gonna focus on over here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, now we are going to replace some of these with some of these, and that's probably going to give us a lot of space because these cones, once we get them on there, are going to take up a lot of space. Now you could go like this and just create a bead. Could also go like this. I think I'm going to go like this because I don't know that we really need too much of the blue poking out. Okay, I'm not sure. So also we're going to do stringing. So I have a little smidge here still on this guy. Let's go ahead and use this. This is the medium soft flex super touch. Well, this is all that's on there, so this is excessive, but I'm just going to use this for the time being because that's all that's left. Okay, so don't come for me. I understand it's too much. It's just, what's the point of cutting it until we know what we got to cut it on. So we're going to start in the middle. We're starting in the middle. We are going to need, it looks like, well, perhaps. Maybe not. I was going to say some spacers, but let me, for science, give this a go. I think it'll be good. I mean, you can see a little bit of the string, which I don't love. We could do maybe a couple of seed beads, just a smidgen. Color y'all want to use. To be determined. Anywho, we're then going to move out this for this side. And like I said, these are going to take up a lot of space. So I don't know exactly how many we're going to need for each side. But this is how we're going to start out. I'm going to jump off here, grab up a couple of little seed beads to put there so it doesn't move too much. And then we'll get started. Alright guys, I came across these little size 11s. They're kind of like a, I don't know what you want to call it. They're a matte, kind of brownish purple color. And I just thought, oh, well, that could be good. So, whoa. I don't really think I'm going to need too many. This is already too many. But here we are. Okay, so to start out with, well, because also I was looking at the card and I thought, oh, well, it's kind of purplish. So to start out with, I have my string and I've got my one bead on there, and I'm going to put one seed bead on each side. I gotta cut this off because it's sticky, because it's been at the end of the roll. Okay. So let's see if one is gonna do us. Uh-oh. Looks like that little guy got through there. Okay. Well, that's all right. I will just add a few more on this side. I'm going to add 2 to this side and 2 to this side. That way, when they're tight, it looks like there's only 2 on there. You can see that. There we go. Okay, so then from here, I'm going to start adding my beads. Now, I just have these guys, the blue ones, on one side. So I can go ahead and I could add pretty much all of these to the side, and then we'll even it out. Once I start on that other side. Oop. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right here for now. So then over here on this side, I think I'll put 2. And oh, hello, Randy. Hold on, Houston. Hold on, Houston. I screwed it up. I forgot about the chain. Screwing it up already. Okay, so with the chain, what I'm going to do with this chain is I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, 1/2 for this side. And then I'm just going to thread it on. Put a bead. Now with this is going to be at your own discretion, whether you want it to hang down loose, you want them to be all even, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. So I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, but I do know that I don't really want it to be too droopy in the front. Hung up on my other tool over here. Okay, let's see what that's doing for us. Yeah, that's pretty cute. I wouldn't have to start right there in the front, but I'm going to, because why not? Because why not? Then perhaps here I'll put a little longer one. Now, if you want to make yours so they're all the same size, that's completely up to you. I'm more of an organic person myself, so I'm just doing however I see fit in the moment. Just add in a bead and then add in a little smidge of chain. The only thing about it I would note is that you want to make sure that you have enough to go around the bead. So like you don't want it to be short. and super tight, because that'll be a problem. But I think as long as you're erring on the side of caution, you should be fine. Make these ones longer up the top here. And we might not have enough to get all the way around, but we'll have some, and that's all that matters. Make these, a couple of them shorter. Back to longer again. Okay, so what I might do once I'm getting up here is I might do one more, but then I might leave this long. Put a little razzle dazzle on there, some sorts. So instead of, I mean, you could tuck this chain in, you know, put another bead and tuck it in so it's completely, you know, into the chain, but I might leave it and put a little razzle dazzle on there. You know, if I decide against that, I can always just cut it off. So for the time being, that side's not done. We're still going to add more beads to it, but for the time being, I'm just going to leave it like that. We're going to come over to this side, start in with our chain. Okay, now this side's a little more complex because you got a lot going on over here. So we're going to do one of these guys, get it started. Okay, and we're threading our chain on. Maybe we'll do two, just to get it going here. Okay, and then once we have our two on, now I'm going to start capping. And I'm just going to consider these like one bead. So I'm using the one cap, one blue, one cap, put that on there. Okay, so look like that. And then I'm going to add the chain as though nothing had happened. I need to make that one a little bit taller. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm doing the next one. Make that one long. Okay, this is our last capped one. Okay. So now I'm just going to move on to these beads here. Okay, so now let's see where we're at size-wise. So right here you can see that I used more of the chain. Let me move this down. More of the chain through the loops on this side than I did this side because this side is longer because it has more beads. So we got to straighten that out. Okay, so about right here is where we need to take these two off. Okay. So that's where we're going to take those two off, so we're about even. Now this one has way more chain, but that's fine because we can cut this. Now maybe I don't want to put razzle dazzle on both sides. I don't know. I'm just going to cut it. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. It's debatable. But at this point, they are officially the same size. So that's what we want as far as that goes. Now what we can do is we can take the remainder of our beads and we can split them. So we know how many we have for each side, and we might not use them all. Got one extra one. But oh, I take that back. Here it is. And this one goes here, and this one goes here. So now this one is for this side, this one is for this side to give us our length on the rest of the necklace. So if you are at a point where you're like, well, I really want it to be longer, perhaps at this point is where you would start spacing with your seed beads. So we could do that just to see what it looks like. So here I'm going to put a bead, and I get a couple of seed beads out here, and this is what this would look like. Now, you could do a couple of seed beads, you could do larger beads, you could do crystals in between, like whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. Honestly, I feel like we could have gone all stone and got enough length for an 18-inch necklace, but if you're wanting a little something more, then perhaps this is your option. And this is how it looks. And quite honestly, because these are not super like purple or anything, I'm not mad at it. I think they look like they're just supposed to be there. So I'm just going to finish this side up. Okay, and there is that side complete. Same thing for the other side. you guys. So I found my travel tools while I was running around, and I also found these guys. So we're in it. We're in it to win it. This one stay out. This one stay out. This one. Where's my mini crimper at? Is that upstairs? I can't even know about it. I don't know where my things are. I don't know what's happening. This is what happens when I go on the road. Just another example of why you should have a specific on-the-road tool bag that is the same as the tool bag that you use in real life. But I always have so many tools, I'm like, oh, this will be fine for the tool bag. It never is. And then I end up taking my tools stuff. Anyway, here we are. Here's my crimper. Is this my mini crimper? No, it's my regular crimper. This is my mini crimper. Doesn't look very mini. I bet it's upstairs. Anyhow, I want to try to use this guy. Now, I've never used one of these before, but I want to, so we're gonna. Because why not? Also got these just in case we need them for some other projects today. Let me put them in here. Okay, so on to the crimping. Do you like how I just move on like nothing happened? Just like anyways. So crimp bead. And onto here. You know, let's use a jump ring for that. No, I'm going to crimp onto it. It'll be fine. Now this side, you don't really have to be too concerned with because this side is not currently tight. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your string in there. You're going to make sure it's not twisted up. You're going to take your crimper and line it up and crimp. Okay, then you're going to turn it to the side and you're going to fold that crimp over on itself like so. Then get a snip, and that side is done. So now, just gonna get gravity involved here, real quick like. Same thing over here. Now over here, I am going to do a jump ring because should that thing break, which eventually it probably will, just because it has a spring in it, you know. Okay, that was weird. That thing's falling off the shelf down here. So I'm just going to do a jump ring. So then when I want to replace it, all I have to do is take the jump ring off, replace the clasp, and move on with my life, you know, instead of trying to restring everything. Oh no, my battery's gonna die. That's no good. Okay, so I'm gonna get this on there. Now, you don't want this to be super tight, so I am gonna give it a little smidge of leeway to move around here. How I'm going to get that is I'm just going to position the crimp oh, maybe I am. Everything's spinning around here. Okay. Got that all figured out. Okay, I gotta switch my battery because I don't think we're gonna make it. Well, maybe. Maybe perhaps. Pretty cool. We should put some bead covers on there. And then I'll switch the battery and we'll do the razzle dazzle. Okay, we got a freshie. We got a fresh battery. So while I was up, I found some little razzle dazzle for us. So I got a star. So we got this doesn't have stars, but it has the moon, you know, so the moon and the stars. And then I got this guy, which honestly kind of looks like, I don't know exactly what this is supposed to be. Come on, camera. But it's kind of giving me like Triton's Ocean Triton King staff situation, so I'm going to use that. I think maybe it's some sort of candelabra. I'm not honestly, I don't know. But it's cool. So, you don't have to know as long as it's cool. Those are the rules. So let's finish up with this guy. So I want to do, oh good. I was like, ooh, those are really small. I have some, I think these are 5mm bead covers. Looks like it. I'm going to use those to just fix this up a little bit here on the ends. Okay, bead covers. Fun facts. You load your bead cover into your little black plier. You make sure the bead, here's the important part. Before you go doing anything, make sure that your bead cover is going to cover your crimp. Okay, tubes are long. So you almost need a larger bead cover to cover tubes. You know, you can get them to fit. I'm just saying, like, make sure it's in there. Okay, and then also make sure it's on the skinny side. So when you crimp it, there's kind of like a flatter side, and then there's like a skinnier side. You're going to want to be on the skinnier side because you want this to cover everything. Okay, so you're going to get it in there. You're going to make sure it's covering everything. You're going to make sure that your wires are protected. Now you can't see this, but when you do it, you don't want to squish your wires in there because that's going to defeat the whole purpose. Okay, your wires have to be free flowing through the center of the bead cover. Okay, once you got it, you're going to push into the mat and squeeze. Okay, you may get a little wonkiness. That's fine. We can straighten out wonkiness. Okay, we cannot straighten out other crazy stuff from just doing it wrong to begin with. Okay, so basically in essence what this is this is just a metal tube that you are going to then form to your necklace the way that you want. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to do this fast because I feel like when I do it slower I tend to screw it up. So I want this way down here. And the point of just squeezing through, pushing into the mat and squeezing is so that you get a good grip on everything and it gets it started for you so that you can then go ahead and finish it up. Now, if you're not into this kind of thing and you got another way, that's fine. Absolutely. I'm just gently squeezing it into the round bead shape. Okay? Pretty good out of 10. This one's a little wonky. But, there we go. So, now, we're going to put on our razzle dazzle on these little hangy down bits. And we are going to utilize what? A Tinky Tot? Is a Tinky Tot going to hold all this business? In case you're wondering, a Tinky Tot is a 4mm or smaller oval jump ring. So small you can barely probably even see it in this video. And put this Triton staff on there. Okay, that's good. And then this little star on the other side. Now, this little star's kind of got a thicker doing, so I am going to use a 6. I wish I could use a 4, but I don't think it's going to work, to be quite honest with you. That's fine. We use a 6. I'm not mad at it. Okay, so there we go. Now, let me give you the full effect so you can see. Zoom in. Oh, that's the wrong way. I'm trying to kind of shake it out so it would like be how it would be if it was laying on you, but struggling a little bit. Okay, so now these are not supposed to be even. They don't have to be even. They're not supposed to be even. But I mean, it's fine. So I did take off these couple of beads, and I have this little chain, and I think I can do a little razzle dazzle earrings matchy match with this. Let me grab up some more of these charms that I have in the same scenario here. And we'll whip up a little pair of earrings. But yeah, so that is the pendant completed. Looking quite pretty nice. Now we will look at that on, we'll look at it on the form. But for right now, I'm just gonna put it to the side, and we're gonna work on these little guys real quick. Because why not? Because we can. Also, because they gave us extra earring pieces, and we may as well use those. Maybe I'll put this in that video with the other earrings. I don't know. Okay. Where's my cutter? Cutter, cutter, cutter. Where'd you go? There it is. I want this chunky one. Alright, now how do I want to go about it? I just want to go This one. I kind of like these down here because they're a little more detailed. Alright, so we'll go this way. So I am going to get a little ball head pin here. These guys are big enough. Pretty small. Really teeny. They're too little. I cannot function under these circumstances. I don't know. They're too little. Try a bigger one. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put this into the 6th link from the bottom. Why? Because I wanted to. No rhyme or reason. You put it wherever you want. Put your goggles on when I'm cutting wire. I just have a new cutter. It just really cuts things, I guess. Hoi. Okay, we need a jump ring for this. And little guy on the bottom. Okay, then we'll put the star on. The 4th one up from that bead. We have another bead to put on. That one is this guy, and we'll put him on the top. The very, very top. Okay. Then we'll take another jump ring. We're going to go to the very, very top. And pretty cute if it was me. Do the other way, same way. This little Triton spear on the bottom. Wrap up this guy. One, two, three, four, five, six. This little tail in so you don't jump out, bite nobody. The star. On this bead, we're going to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Okay, then we're going to connect. Now we're not going to connect onto this, we're not connecting here onto the loop, we're connecting onto the chain that it's on. Okay, because that's going to help it to hang down in the right position. And see how we did. Those are cute. I think I might have to flip this charm around. Just because it wants to lay that way, so why fight it? Yeah, there we go. Those are cute. I really do like those. Okay, so let's take a look at everything all together here. All together now. Okay, so we have our little earrings. And then we have our necklace, which we have to zoom out. I like to make these kind of earrings and the stick earrings, like the just like on a head pin. Honestly, they sell really well and they're super easy to make, and people just really like them. I think it's because they feel like they're really versatile. I do. I feel like they're really versatile. Like you can wear them as like everyday wearers or whatever. So now, when this is laying down, which I will also show to you on the form, but when it's laying down, it's not really doing the chain thing like it should because, you know, it's laying down. But maybe we could go out a little further. There we go. So that is the entire thing. So this one is the ebb and flow necklace. So if you know, you know. If you know why, you know, then you know. If you were on the morning coffee and you saw this design, then you know. If not, you're just like, maybe this is a cool necklace. Okay, so I'm just grabbing up the form, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to show it to you on here on my other camera. Sorry, I'm just like bumping everything. But I really do like how it turned out. Honestly, I love the little razzle dazzle sides. I like the little earrings we decided to make, which by the way were kind of just like an unplanned and unbothered situation. But I think it looks really nice. So let's jump to the other camera. You guys, I just was recording a whole bunch of stuff and then hit the record button. Nobody's surprised. Okay, so here we are. Here we are with the full effect. So I wish I could show you this where it didn't have to like, I didn't have to hold it up because I feel like I'm holding it crooked or something. I don't know if it's the camera angle or what. But anyways, here is the full-blown endeavors. So I really do like it. Maybe if I pull it up a little bit, perhaps. Tack. Is that helpful? Oh, that's a little bit helpful. Okay, now I gotta get it straight. Oh, there went my tack. Never mind. I'll give up. But anyway, I really do like this. The razzle-dazzly bits. I like the chain. I like it all, really. This is probably something that I would consider keeping for myself. But, you know. Oh, and then we have our little earrings. So, super cute and matchy. So that is this card right here. This is the ebb and the flow of Sunken Treasure Bargain Bead Box. So, this is project 3. We're going to call the earrings a project, I guess. I don't know if I am actually going to put them out as project 2, but anyway. Now I'm scared because I dropped my tack. Oh, there it is. Sorry. But yeah, I'm really happy with the necklace. I think it turned out really good. I think there's a lot of really cool elements to this necklace. I like the stones. I like the, even though these caps were taking up a lot of the color, I was really happy with that because then the color wasn't so intense compared to the rest of the necklace, which is kind of like a little more rustic looking, like a little more primitive looking type, where we didn't want a whole bunch of color because we have this patinaed green down here. So I really like that a lot. See, I wish you could see like the whole pendant because that makes it look really cool, but anyway. But yeah, and I am also very happy with the little razzle dazzles that we put. Now I do think that the chain on this going throughout is a cute razzle dazzle thing to keep in your back pocket just in case you need it. It's always fun. Yeah, so there you go. I'm quite happy with it. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. If you are, make sure to give me a like. Do a comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That would be super awesome. All of your views and all of your likes and comments and subscribing is very helpful. So I hope you guys will leave me a comment and let me know if you like this kind of thing so that I know that you want me to continue to make this type of content. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.